Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. We are here talking about the total lunar eclipse, which is a full moon in the sign of Virgo, happening on the 13th or 14th of March 2025, depending on where you are in the world. If you are on the Pacific coast of North America, Pacific time zone, this is going to happen for you at 11:54 p.m. at the height on the 13th, and everywhere else it's going to be on the 14th. Okay. So the majority of people are going to see this on the 14th. But it is a total lunar eclipse. So it is a big deal. And what do eclipses bring? Well, first, we've got the energy of a full moon. So full moons can be the end of a cycle. It can be a karmic cycle. It can just be a cycle in your life. Full moons can, have us reaping what we've sown, so we can get rewards. We can get things that manifest in our lives. We can get new insights to things at a full moon because it does tend to be a little bit more spiritual. Emotions are heightened, and sometimes this can bring some heightened awareness for us as well. And we are in Pisces season also. Yes, the full moon is in Virgo, but we are in Pisces season up to the 20th of March. So this can certainly be where we do have those heightened insights. We get some spiritual awakenings going on. Pay attention to your dreams because you could have some very interesting ones at this time. But full moons are really good for healing as well, and of course, letting things go. Virgo energy, right? The full moon, we've got the influence of Virgo. And Virgo is a very down-to-earth energy. The ruler is Mercury, who is going retrograde. So we do have that going on as well. We've got two retrogrades, okay, happening at the same time as this full moon. But we do have the Virgo energy, which rules the 6th house. Your 6th house is all about your health, happiness, well-being on all levels. Okay, your spiritual, mental, physical, emotional. Virgo is very connected with your gut health. So some of you may be really kind of assessing your eating habits. Maybe there's no other goal other than, eating healthier, right? Maybe you've been eating too many processed foods, too much fast food, instant food that we get from the grocery store. And, maybe you're going to look at eating more whole foods, more vegetables, or more home cooked foods, right? And you'll probably see a really big difference in your energy level, in your digestive system, things like that, right? So it can be really helpful. And of course, one of the side effects is maybe you've got more energy and, maybe you would lose a little bit of weight, but the main goal might be just to eat healthier a little bit, whole foods kind of thing. So that can come up with Virgo energy. Some of you may be looking to ditch some sedentary lifestyle. You want to get a little bit more fit. So you might start an exercise regime. Maybe you start a spiritual practice or get back into practicing, your spiritual self there. Do some more meditation, whatever that looks like to you. Some of you, of course, the 6th house is being of service to others, helping people out a little bit. And it is associated with pets as well. So some of you are going to get a pet. Perhaps if you've had one that's crossed the rainbow bridge, your heart is opening up for a new one. Or perhaps, unfortunately, some of you might, need to let one of your little fur babies go, unfortunately. But there's a healing element that comes here as well. And maybe it's because it's, time, right? Sometimes that's just the way you have to make those difficult decisions. But if you are in a position where maybe you're not quite ready to have a pet, maybe you give back to your community in some way. Maybe you volunteer as a dog walker at your local animal shelter or something. And this can help out pets in need, right? Even if you can't have one yourself. So the 6th house can certainly bring this big healing element. Some of you could be, have a job change in line for you, in store for you, if you're not happy where you are, you're not getting paid what you're worth. Venus retrograde has us thinking about that, thinking about your worth, your value, how you make your money, what resources are available to you, how you create a better circumstance for yourself. So Venus retrograde can be very helpful in that because we are in this reflecting mode, right? That's one of the important things to remember about this lunar eclipse. It is about reflection. Two retrogrades get a bad rap, and sometimes rightfully so, but we need to remember the words when it comes to retrogrades. They slow us down a little bit. They have us taking a step back. We reassess, reevaluate, regroup, refocus, renew, and sometimes even revive. We can get something that comes back around again for us, or maybe someone, if that's in the cards for you. It can be fated events. It can be unexpected surprises, especially where eclipses are involved. Okay. And those retrogrades on top of that. So it's like layers on layers of, I don't know what's happening, but something is shifting for me. So just keep your eyes open for that. But with the 6th house, Virgo energy, really focusing on your daily patterns, habits, routines. Where do you work? Do you drive long distances? Do you want to work from home? Are you leaving a career behind because maybe you've hit the proverbial glass ceiling, or it just doesn't do it for you anymore? It doesn't give you any kind of satisfaction anymore. You might be considering a job change there for yourself as well. So you might be starting to put the feelers out, okay, with that. One of the things that can happen with eclipses is we do tend to feel ungrounded and a little bit carried away. So like I said, I can't really express this enough. Let's take a step back. Okay, reflect, refocus, reassess something, evaluate something, ask some questions, okay? Because retrograde energies on top of eclipses can have us being really impulsive. Emotions can run high, conversations get out of control, opportunity, if we want to call it that, for miscommunication is very rampant at this time as well, especially once Mercury goes retrograde also in Aries on the 14th, same day as the eclipse. Okay, so it's like, big shocking, could be a shocking announcement, whether it's something close to home for you, or it could be something out in the world, right? Can come out there as well. So it's going to be important to keep your wits about you, connect with your heart, think before you speak, sleep on something instead of being impulsive, and of course, really connect with your heart, connect with your spirit, connect with your spiritual practice, do a little soul searching. Virgo is very connected with soul searching, okay? Because eclipses are a wild card, right? Wild card energy, shocks, surprises, fated events, and all of that. And so sometimes we just can't see something coming. And there is a huge energy of endings with this eclipse. Okay, not just because it's a full moon, which can bring endings anyway, but also this is happening at 23 degrees and 57 minutes. And when we have an eclipse there, we round up to 24 degrees. And if you follow degree astrology at all, 24th degree is Pisces degree, which is the last sign of the zodiac. And so this can bring some powerful endings before we head into our brand new astrological new year. So whether it's, again, that it can be really supportive if you're trying to break a habit, right? We'll say that right now. Or if you're trying to leave something behind, that some baggage that you've been carrying with you, or maybe some relationships, friendships, romantic relationships that you've been trying to shake for a while, or you just know haven't been healthy for you, right? This can be where we just make that final decision. We're like, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I can't do this anymore. But whatever your situation is, just remember that there can be some very heightened emotions at this eclipse, at this full moon, okay? One word to note, Saturn is tightly conjunct the sun at this lunation, and the sun, of course, is in opposition to the moon when we've got a full moon, and so this can be a big reality check. Saturn, of course, is the planet that likes us to set goals, get down to reality, likes to teach us life lessons, of course, and can really say, because Saturn is a heavy energy, and it can really say, hey, time to make a plan. Stop it with this wishy-washy Pisces energy, right? Get a plan in place. You want to have a dream? What are you dreaming about? Your imagination is a wonderful thing, but we don't want to live in fantasy. We want to come into reality. So how can you turn your dreams into reality? What's stopping you? What is opposing you, right? The sun wants to go forward, and the moon, right, in Virgo, South Node energy is holding you back. So where is your breakthrough? Because one is at hand, okay? And Saturn is actually helping you to do that by putting something down on paper. What are you dreaming of? Put it on paper. What is your first step? you don't always need to look past the first step, because the first step is helping us to get our toe out of our comfort zone. And then it's like, oh, nothing bad happened. Okay, I'll take another step. And I'll take another step, and I'll take another step, and eventually we snowball. So this can really be a very helpful energy for you to get your dreams into reality. But we do have to put some goals down, or we do have to, put a little bit of a framework together to give us a sense of direction. Okay, it can always be changed, can always be adjusted. Okay, but we've got to start somewhere. And if we don't take that first step, we'll forever be right where we are. And that's not always fulfilling on whatever level for us. We're meant to go forward. We're not meant to stay in a comfort zone. Humanity did not evolve by staying in a comfort zone. Okay, so it's time to just do a little bit of something there. Even if it's something that you always wanted to try, some wild, audacious dream that you always wanted to do. I always wanted to go ziplining, or I always wanted to do bungee jumping, or I always wanted to travel, to wherever. What's stopping you, right? Time to put that dream into motion. Will it all come to fruition tomorrow? Probably not. Okay, but you can at least get started. All right. Big reminder there for that moon. Okay. So where will we see this eclipse? Well, it depends. It actually has a huge path of potential visibility. Of course, depends on your weather. Let's see. It's and don't forget, the path of totality for an eclipse does tend to be where we get news. Okay, it can be some interesting news. It can be some surprising news, some shocking news. It can be something, joyous, right? We just never know. But the path of totality, we've got all of North America, the western half of South America, partially visible in the UK, parts of Europe, parts of Africa, and Australia. So we do have a lot of people that can potentially really see this eclipse. It is also called a blood moon eclipse, so it could be really interesting to watch. Anyway, that is the energy update that I have for you guys for your eclipses. And so we're going to get into your sign and pull some cards for you. Again, timestamp down below. If you're watching the long video, all of the signs are on this one video. If you're just watching your single video, because I'm breaking them up a little bit, just helps people find them a little bit easier, then I'll put the links to the other videos down below as well, so you can just click around. And again, make sure you watch your sun, moon, and rising, your big three, but also watch your Venus sign, because Venus is, of course, playing a key role in this eclipse as well. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck in this eclipse energy, and let's get started. Hello there, Taurus, and welcome to your lunar eclipse reading. You're experiencing this in your 5th astrological house. Now, this can actually be pointing towards your path of pleasure for you here in this. The 5th house is generally quite fun and pleasurable. But with the full moon, what do you need to let go of? What do you need to change to bring more fun and joy and happiness into your life? The 5th house is ruled by the sun, brings Leo energy of self-expression, drama, romance, love affairs, creativity, focuses on your hobbies, your interests, and what brings you pleasure and joy. It can also potentially represent, especially since we've got an eclipse, this can bring a surprise pregnancy to some of you, perhaps. This can be heightened discussions around starting a family or expanding your family, perhaps there with that. But so just be aware, but it can bring in new love potentially here as well. Or there could just be the end to a short-lived love affair. All right. Something that was really fun, but all style and perhaps no substance. Okay. But the 5th house can be quite enjoyable. Perhaps there's a creative project that you've been working on and you finally get it done. Or perhaps you want to learn something or embark on something new. So this can certainly be quite pleasurable and quite enjoyable for you with this lunation. But, also you can turn some emotion into a passion project. All right. But the fifth house energy, if you found that you haven't had the resources, okay, your ruler, Venus, is retrograde. Venus helps you bring resources into your life, helps with your creativity. So perhaps some of you are, looking for different ways to find time to do the things that you love, the things that bring you pleasure. Perhaps some of you here have had a creative block, and this can be where you step back and you kind of work through that a little bit. This can be, of course, where you pick up an old hobby or creative project that you've maybe forgotten about or haven't had time to do. And this is where you're like, you know what, I need to do this. It's good for my soul. And, you might just give yourself a second chance. So pick something up that you like. We have card number 22 with wisdom. So tap into number 1, your wisdom. 22 is a master builder number, and it is reminding you that you have all the tools, resources, the wisdom, experience through this lifetime and all your lifetimes to build the life that you want and make the right decisions for yourself. So for some of you, you could be learning something at this lunation. Especially where we do have, a connection there with the sun, okay, and not with Saturn, I should say. Pardon me. Saturn is, of course, closely conjunct the sun. All right, and Saturn is get real, get down to earth. But Saturn also brings us those life lessons here to teach us something. Okay, to build us up and make us stronger for our future. So you could certainly be having some sort of epiphany or revelation at this full moon, and you're like, oh, now I know why that happened. And with that realization, pearls of wisdom. All right. So you could be figuring something out there with that. But this is encouraging you to trust yourself, to find balance and harmony in your life. 2s can be balance and harmony, have the right partnerships in your life, 2s, and to make the right decisions and the right choices for yourself, for your own happiness. All right. Sometimes those decisions are difficult. We have will. We've got solar cycle here for you with card number 7. Now, some of you might find 7's quite lucky, but will, what is your will? Where there's a will, there's a way, right? This shows your power, your drive, your determination to get something done, to complete something, or to move forward and away from something that's been holding you back. Now, sometimes our will, okay, can be a really wonderful thing, helping us move forward, helping us make change, helping us finish stuff, right? But your will can sometimes also get in the way a little bit, right? We can be very willful. And sometimes that can also be stubborn a little bit, right? It's like, I want what I want. I don't care if it's not healthy for me. I want it anyway, right? If you have any children, you might have one that's a very willful child and ends up bullying people because, to get what the child wants. Or perhaps you have a significant other that does the same thing, right? It's like, I bow to your will. Ugh, right? Leave that. Nope. Okay, we gotta make some changes if you or someone around you is like that. Boundaries are very important, right? We don't want that will to turn into kind of a bullying thing or, a ultimatum thing, right? That's not a healthy aspect. Okay. Your intuition's going to guide you for sure. If you do need to break away from something, because if we look at this particular card, it's quite chaotic on that, right? Very chaotic. And, we've got ropes around this person, but she's busted out. She's broken free. We've got like this whirlwind, this tornado, this hurricane of like bits and pieces and things. So sometimes, we need to really tap into our inner strength, our inner willpower. You're ruled in this particular lunation with that sun energy, Leo energy. Leo can be quite bold and courageous and can be really strong to break away, break down a cycle, break down a pattern, and move forward for a better tomorrow, right? Have you been feeling restricted, trapped, and bound by a situation, by something, by someone? Time to find your freedom, right? Time to do things a little bit differently. Take back your power and take back your control. Especially if you've given your control away, right? Sometimes we surrender a little bit. We give our power away. Time to take your power back. All right. But in a healthy way, right? We want to think about doing that in a healthy way. But boundaries is what we may need with this. All right. So let's grab you. We're gonna do something fun, okay, which is matchy with your lunation here. Do something fun, and we're gonna get you a fortune card here, and we're gonna just get some lucky numbers off it as well. When you are right, stand up for yourself. Oh, hey, look at that. When you are wrong, get on your knees and beg for mercy. In the realm of right and wrong, your stance shapes your destiny. Stand tall with conviction when truth is your ally, but when mistaken, humility becomes your shield. Embrace the art of balance, defend with courage, and seek forgiveness with grace, and you shall navigate life's intricate tapestry with wisdom and integrity. Wow. Okay. That very much matched your reading. Your lucky numbers: 12, 29, 41, 57, 22, and 64. That's what I have for you, Taurus. I thank you for watching. Good luck in this eclipse, and I'll catch you later.